Welcome back to more Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression League action. My name's Sean, and here what we've done is we've created a new way to play retro Yu-Gi-Oh! Me and 15 of my friends from Austin, Texas have created this format where we set the initial ban list to Edison format, unban every card using the traditional list essentially. Then we voted for our own ban list featuring these cards here. Trap Dust Shoot is on the list twice. After that, we all opened a box worth of each of these 10 sets between Legend of Blue Eyes and Invasion of Chaos, and everyone chose a structure deck of these four here. From there, we had a week to make our decks. We built them, and then we played in a 4-round tournament. Today, we've got more gameplay from a round one. We've got a Skull Lair Magical Merchant Turbo deck against a Recruiter Chaos deck. Beast Beats is going to be on the Skull Lair Turbo deck, and Tyler on the bottom of the screen is going to be on the Recruiter Chaos list. Let's get right into it. All right, so Tyler's going to make the first move here. He starts off with a Thunder Dragon. He's going to search 2 more Thunder Dragons. This is a typical play in what you might think of as GOAT format. This, where we got to with Invasion of Chaos, was a little bit close to GOAT format, but not quite as far. All right, he's going to start with Witch of the Black Forest, which is not banned yet in our format. We'll see if it survives the next time that we get to ban cards. All right, Beast Beats is going to go ahead and summon out a Zombira. It's going to attack over this Witch of the Black Forest, which is going to search Tyler for his own copy of Zombira. 500 defense points. Think of it as a reverse Sangan. It's pretty good. This is a good exchange here for Tyler. All right. Tyler's going to draw MST. He's going to activate Reinforcement of the Army. I'm guessing that might be because he's got probably not that many more warrior targets, and he doesn't want to draw this warrior lady with nothing left. He summons a Zombira. He attacks over the other Zombira. It loses some attack points. And he's got too many cards in hand, so he sets 2. All right, well, he's potentially opened himself up to Heavy Storm, but at this point, he was going to lose one of those cards anyway if he didn't set it. All right, next up, we've got the Merchant. We can see that the combo is starting to begin here for Beast Beats. He's got Magic Merchant. He's got Skull Lair in hand. He's got Dimension Fusion in hand. He's got Jinzo in hand. He's got Dark Hole in hand. Let's see what happens. All right, the Merchant is going to go off. It's going to send just 1 monster to the graveyard in this roulette barrel. But Beast Beats does have Chaos Prep ready, even though there's a full back row here. So you still got to be a little bit careful. All right, it looks like Tyler's going to set this DD Warrior Lady. He could have opted for the Magician of Faith, but as we've probably already sussed out, he may not have too many more warrior targets for that Rhoda. All right, looks like Beast Beats is going to go for the Dark Hole. He's going to take his 2 for 1. He's going to normal his Sangan. He's going to get in there for 1,000. This is very early Yu-Gi-Oh, so there's no Dimensional Prison just yet. It's actually a pretty hard card to receive in this format because Deep Prison does not come in any of the main sets. It only comes in Machina Mayhem structure deck. It was originally released as a video game promo, which is a set that we will not be opening during this challenge. This new Doria is going to come down. And it's going to kill the Sangan. Beast Beats rather is going to search for Gravekeeper Spy. It's going to draw Snatch Steel. It'll be interesting to see if he goes for this Jinzo outright or just continues to prep his grave. He's going to choose to set the Spy. A good defensive play here. Another Spy. We can see that Spy definitely was defining the earlier parts of this format. We're going to see another Merchant get set. This new Dory is going to attack into the Merchant, and hopefully the Carnival starts to go here. He's going to lose one of his other copies of Spy. He's going to lose his Chaos Sorcerer, but a bunch of monsters into the graveyard. That's going to prep this Skull Lair really well, and he's going to get to add Call the Haunted to the hand. Pretty scary here. The pieces are coming together for Beast Beats. He's going to go ahead and flip the Skull Lair. He's going to banish 4. And that is going to go through. It's going to pop the new Doria. Looks like we're going to get another copy of Gravekeeper Spy out of the deck. And let's see if he just goes right for the Jinzo. Boom. And into the dimension fusion. All right, and since normally Tyler would be able to special summon monsters from his banished zone, but he doesn't have any. One of the downsides of dimension fusion is that it does let both players do it. But here, this is crazy. He's got a 5 monster board. He's got a Jinzo up. He's going to attack. It is the spy. The spy is going to give him some survivability here, but Tyler's going to take a bunch of damage. He's going to end up taking what looks like 3,600 points of damage from that Sangan, that Gravekeeper Spy, and that Shining Angel. And now all the pressure is on. But thankfully, there's a lightning vortex in hand. It's going to trigger the Sangan. And Beast Beats is going to get a search. And then I wonder if this Kaiku is going to come down. That seems like a really good response here, because now the Skull Lair can't be used in order to get rid of the Kaiku because Beast Beats can't banish monsters from his graveyard while Kaiku is on the field. So now he's going to get a free poke. He's going to get a banish too. He goes for the Jinzo, interestingly, right? With Dimension Fusion being a card that is banned in Edison format, in our ban list, that would put it to 1. So there would only be 1 copy unless he can somehow find a Magician of Faith in order to get it back to his hand, or maybe a Dark Magician of Chaos. All right, so this is kind of a tight spot, but there's a Lightning Vortex and there's also a Snatch Steal involved here. It'll be interesting to see what he goes for. He goes for the Snatch Steal, and he's going to tribute for the second Jinzo. Oh, it's lethal. Absolutely lethal. I mean, not in the literal sense, but it's killer. Tyler's going to go ahead and set Magician of Faith into Beast Beats, drawing a Pot of Greed, and then summoning Mystic Swordsman level 2, a contentious card in our group. But that's going to clinch game 1 here for the Dimension Fusion player, Beast Beats. All right, in the next game, we see that Tyler has opted to maybe side in copies of King Tiger Wanghu. I think this card is quite strong in the early form of Yu-Gi-Oh! You may notice that we have banned Deck Devastation Virus. King Tiger Wanghu acts, practically speaking, as a similar card, where cards cannot be normal summoned or special summoned with less than 1,400 attack, or they're destroyed automatically. This does exclude flipped monsters, so things like Gravekeeper Spy can be set and flipped, but the monster that gets special summoned will likely be destroyed as long as it is 1,400 or less. All right, so Beast Beats is going to start off hot again with this Mystic Swordsman at level 2, getting a free +1 with destroying the set Newdoria here. Thankfully, Tyler's got a response. He's got the King Tiger. He's going to go for it. He's going to take a +1 by battle as well. This is a bit of an awkward spot where Beast Beats can't go for the Tsukiyomi because it'll be destroyed automatically while flipping this face down. Not terrible, not great. He could go for a Snatch Steal, but he doesn't really have a way to convert it. So he opts to just go for a Spy and setting a Decree. A Decree is an interesting choice. It came in the Warriors Triumph structure deck, so a bunch of people did have access to Decree, but it looks like Beast Beats is doubling down on his ability to negate trap cards, which it looked like Tyler had a few too many of in the first game, and Jinzo was able to clinch his victory. He goes and sets a Mystic Tomato. There's a lot of spell trap removal in this hand right now for Beast Beats. This isn't getting him very far. Ooh, and a Zombira is really good to have here. I don't know if Tyler knew that he could have flipped this Mystic Tomato, but that would have been an overextension into back row where potentially something like a Mirror Force could have eaten his lunch. All right, next we see an interesting tech choice, the Fiend Mega Cyber. Good time for him to show up here. It kind of acts like a Cyber Dragon as long as your opponent controls at least 2 more monsters than you do. So he's going to be able to special summon this and then attack over either this King Tiger or this Zombira here. He does go for that play. He chooses to get rid of the Zombira, which I think he's hoping that the King Tiger is walling out some of Tyler's plays as well, which might be the case. You know, I guess it's walling out his ability to normal summon Magician of Faith in this situation. But while attacking over this Mystic Tomato here, maybe what he gets special summoned would get destroyed by this King Tiger as well. But a nice chain link here. The first chain link 1 is going to be Fairy Box. Chain link 2 is going to be Royal Decree to negate Fairy Box. But chain link 3 is going to be this Dust Tornado, which is going to resolve first, destroying the Decree before it is live. leaving the fairy box live. It looks like the call has missed, right? Tyler has called heads and it was tails. So now he will get to search for his Mystic Tomato being destroyed by battle. And he's going to get Witch of the Black Forest, which is destroyed automatically by the King Tiger. Searching him for a Thunder Dragon, which he needs to set up a light in the grave for his Chaos Sorcerer. Should be a little bit telegraphed if that's what the search is here, but we'll see what Beast Beats can do about it. He does opt to pay the 500 for the fairy box to keep it alive during the standby phase. He goes for the Thunder Dragon, searching 2 more copies. Attacking over a set recruiter, which grabs DD Warrior Lady, which is big enough to not get destroyed automatically by the King Tiger. And then Tyler's going to opt to play it safer with another Newdoria set. Beast Beats has drawn Dark Hole for turn. He goes for the MST on the fairy box to avoid any more shenanigans. And the Newdoria, he's going to opt to banish the Newdoria so that the Newdoria does not destroy the Fiend Mega Cyber, gives him continuous control over the board. An adept move there. All right, looks like we're going to see the Chaos Sorcerer come down. We're going to see a Kaiku follow it up. He chooses to go for the damage. Attacking and attacking. He's going to banish a light and a dark, which in this situation was definitely a good move with a Chaos Sorcerer in hand. Now, even if Beast Beats goes for the Dark Hole, he still doesn't have prep for this Chaos Sorcerer, and he'll probably have to use this Witch of the Black Forest in order for further setup. He goes for Snatch Steel to banish the monster, then goes for Tsukiyomi and takes it and flips it back face up to get the Snatch Steel off the board. Interesting. Now it doesn't go back. That was quite a good play. But Tyler's going to Snatch Steal it right back. Oh, look at this. And he's going to play another King Tiger to wall out the Tsukiyomi. Now, Beast Beats is going to be forced to use this Dark Hole here. This Offerings to the Doomed is an interesting choice. It kind of functions like a Regeki break in a lot of ways, where you're giving up a card, but you don't have to have the card to give up right away. You're kind of giving up your next draw. It is more limited in that it's only face-up monsters, and Regeki break can target anything, but that's a cool trade-off. Let's see. All right, Beast Beats goes for the Dark Hole as we suspected. Sets the Witch of the Black Forest. It looks like we're going to see a Rhoda for an Exiled Force. It's kind of unclear if that Exiled Force was in there game 1 or if that's more of a side deck choice. I think either is possible, but definitely if you've seen Jinzo in game 1, you're going to want to put more copies of your Exiled Force in to out those kind of cards. But he's going to Exiled Force right into this Witch of the Black Forest, which is a great interaction for Beast Beats here. An easy +1 where you take your opponent's normal summon. He's going to set Magical Merchant and Ring of Destruction. Kind of an awkward spot here for Tyler. He chooses to go for the set Magician of Faith. He does have Snatch Steal and Reinforcement of the Army in the graveyard, but he's used his Zombira and his Exiled Force, so he might have a target left for Rhoda with DD Warrior Lady, but he'll probably just go for the Snatch Steal. It looks like Beast Beats is going to opt to flip the Merchant preemptively, and then he's going to play Pot of Greed, which he drew for turn, and get 2 more monsters that he probably would have liked to have milled. Thinking emoji is happening. He consults the graveyard. A giant Trunade is next. And he goes for an Exiled Force on the set monster rather than maybe a Tsukiyomi, because he's got this Ring of Destruction plus Chaos Sorcerer. He knows that if he can push low enough, then he can set both and probably clinch the game with a ring. Oh, but interestingly, Tyler goes for the Lightning Vortex. So if he Beast Beats counters with Book of Moon on his Chaos Sork. So he can't use Ring of Destruction on Chaos Sork because he's also at 2,300. I didn't consider that before. So he opts for the book, keeps the ring, and instead is going to go for his own Newdoria, targeting it with Ring of Destruction. Now, Ring of Destruction doesn't say that you can target your own monsters in in current Yu-Gi-Oh, but at the time we are using all of the Edison format erratas and rulings, so that is a legal play and it is really good, and that's going to clinch the game for Beast Beats. As you can see, Tyler is saying your deck is insane, LMAO. Yeah, we tended to agree. We voted this our favorite deck of the tournament. Thanks very much for joining us. Stay tuned next time for more round one coverage. All right, peace.